Welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Good. Let's see. This one we have. Yeah. Review approved. Okay. I think we can merge that. It needs an approval though. Good, and let's just merge it. I think we can call it bug fix. Let's make it a bug crash. Bug fix. Okay. Okay, what about this one here? Key down time milliseconds. Real time in milliseconds. Real time. When key went down. Can spreads in lines. Yeah. keys. Bit is set. Key down MSEC. The comment does not match the actual code. Or maybe it's correct, and this only processes when the key is pressed once and not when it's kept pressed. Right. I suspect this change makes typing repeated characters logic tick independent. Okay, repeat delay msec. Okay, repeat delay. One second msec. Why is this necessary? This mouse moved recently. Why? Why is a mouse move event happening on button down and up? What is this? That's weird. This is probably something we need to optimize in the future. Like we should make these system calls for all sorts of things. Like this needs to become cheaper because I think this call is not cheap. Not expensive, but also not cheap. I expect. Left frame. Yeah, I will submit this review so far, I guess. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's get back to code. So last session, we did this change here, and it ruined the visuals, right? Good. So we have this stuff here. Okay. So it's time of day, afternoon. Okay. Yeah, I think this is all good. Pre-compute ambient lights, yeah. X, Y, okay, blah. Pre-compute ambient light. RGB. Ambient light. Corner. Ambient light. R. Shade R. Shade. Yeah. Oh, it's clamping at max. Oh, that's wrong. Needs to be min. Right. Yeah. Let me get the other function. This one here. There, I think we also did it wrong. Do the lights. This one. Same deal. Interesting. Good. Let's see if that gives us any better results here or not. Yeah. Okay, that looks normal. Yeah, no, there's still a glitch here. Okay, but it's not as broken as it was before, right? It's still not looking right, but it looks a little less bugged. Yeah. I see there's like a big color shift here. This is very blue tinted. So there's something we do wrong with the colors. Yeah. And this one seems very yellow here. This cliff. Yeah. Okay. Certainly some error we do with the coloring. But it doesn't look too far off. Except for this one here. Okay. Then let's take a look at what we did wrong. Maybe we can figure that out. Let's look at, well, it has to be ambient light. Let's look at do the light first though. There also is this code here. If use normals else. Let me copy this also over here. First corner. Okay, we no longer use this here. Okay, so it did a clamp here, but we have that set to minning. Yeah. Clamp here, shade. Has light. This one needs to be moved down here. No. Oh. Ambient light copy. So you take a copy of this shit and then what? Ambient light copy. Ambient light copy. Okay, right now it's hard to say where the error is. I suspect it's somewhere here on our pre-compute. Where's it? World height map. Pre-compute, this one. Let's look at it again. So originally The code was from here. So you have shade starting here. Shade RGB. Yeah. There's a lot of clapping. I'm not sure. We add the shade stuff here and then it clamps it already. Yeah. And then it multiplies it by 255. Shade. Alpha corner. Color. ARGB. I don't know what the problem here is. It looks fine. Maybe. Texel normal. Oh, shit. It's one of these beautiful cases again where we tried our best to copy it over one to one, but there is some mistake again. Man, why do I always make mistakes when refactoring code? It shouldn't happen. That really should not have happened. So we have an XY, we get the pre-computed textile normal, we have it here, we get the normal here at the corner. Maybe we rename this to... let's leave it NDX and lights. Maybe we should call this tile index. Then we call this tile corner. Okay, that doesn't fix it anyway. Yeah. Tile corner. Text normal. Shade. Yeah, shade. Shade R. It's for every tile. I think we can put the rear here. Remove this. Okay, but I don't think it's related to this. Let me comment this out so that we can exclude this from being source of error. Yeah. Error. Text to normal. Let's compile that out as well. I think it still looks wrong. This one's too dark here. Yeah, I can see. Okay, so it's not related to the light iterator. Okay, that's good to know. So the issue is somewhere. Well, yeah, it has to be tile corner, PV array, do the light. Let's see where this is called again. That we don't pass the wrong thing. VB -4. XX, yeah. No, this looks correct to me. Yeah, this looks correct to me. Ambient light copy. So we take a copy of this guy and then we write over it here. We're modifying this color here. Actually, we don't modify it now. It's now color get our ARGB. Yeah. We could also do here. We could do else. Diffuse color. We can do ambient light. Color. Get RGB. And then we would take the copy in here and we put it in here. Then down here we would do VB diffuse, ambient light, copy, dot color. I think we can just do color. I don't know what it's complaining about here. Ambient light. Okay, let's compile out this again. It is still complaining. Expression must have type, but it has type const. What? Const ambient light. Ambient light. Huh? Huh? Oh. Ah, I see. I see. Hold on. This one. Yeah. There's a mistake here. It's still complaining. Why? What is the problem here? I don't understand the problem here. Why is it complaining? We have a pointer here, ambient lights. Ah, right. We can put this here. Const. Okay. I can simplify this to just do this here. There we go. One line to rule them all. There we go. Okay. Has light. Has light. Okay. Good. So what could it be? Something we are missing here. Probably some error in here. It's the most likely candidate. Let's check. So we start with these colors here. Yeah? That's what we also do here. Okay, fair enough. Then we now look at every tile. Every tile. So here we have a light direction, and then we don't care about this one here. Okay. So then we have global lights, yeah. Global lights. Yeah. We have terrain ambient, RGB, base height map. Okay, and then RGB down here. And then we clamp it. 0, 1 plus shade times shade times this, yeah. Terrain diffuse, light index. Tile corner, light indexed. Taxonomy. Light index, normal. Red, blue, red, green, blue. And then we clamp it here after this is done, which we have substituted with just min. And then get this shit, tile index, alpha, is the alpha correct? Alpha, 24. The alpha came as an input. Yeah. I think we can simplify this here to just cast to integer. How about we cast to unsigned int. Okay, that still doesn't explain the problem. Diffuse. Red light color. Oh, where's the error? How can we narrow this down? Well, maybe it's not an error in here, but it's somewhere else. I mean, we still do a pre-compute step. So the major difference is that this guy happens much earlier than otherwise. So maybe there's still something wrong here with those values. But I wouldn't count on that. Let's do like one debug session and see, maybe we can see some error here. Yeah. So we have a text on normal, tile index 0. So we have a RGB and that looks fine. Yeah. We have an ambient light here. And it's all zeros for some reason. Because we just initialized that. Shade 45. Shade. Red. Ambient. Terrain ambient. There's a clamp here. Do we have the same clamp? We don't. Let's add this clamp here, even though it shouldn't change anything. The product is not expected to be... Oh, well, it could be -1. I think we do need a clamp here. Let's keep the clamp. Yeah. Let's keep the clamp. Red, green, blue. Yeah. Okay, let's see if that makes any difference or not. I could imagine that maybe the dot product was negative here. Yeah, and then that could explain the error. Yeah. And negative color value, maybe. Yeah. I think that looks more promising now here. Yeah. Yeah. That looks promising now. Okay, cool. Then our premature clamp removal messed with that shit. Okay, the cliff also seems normal. Still seems a bit blue, but maybe that's just the way it is. Yeah, it looks pretty solid, I would say. It feels a bit blue here, but maybe that's just normal. Yeah. Okay, but it looks pretty solid. It looks really solid, yeah. Very good. Let's run the original and our change side by side. So here's the original game, and here's our game. Let's run them side by side and see what happens. Unfortunately, the resolution is quite a bit different, but I think it will do. We can change the resolution. Okay. Yeah, the cliff looks identical here, I would say. The terrain color, the sand looks the same. Yeah. The cliff here seems to have the same color as well. Yeah, like this blue tint. Let's look here at those tanks. Yeah, it looks very similar. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would say that's a win, isn't it? Okay, cool. Cool. Police cars also work, that's nice. Okay, cool. Then we still have the question of the ambient light. I mean the light iterator, I mean. Yeah. So let's put this code here back. So if we have a lights iterator, it will create a copy here. Can we avoid this somehow? Because we do pass this shit right now, and it's not used because there's no lights. Let's think about this. I would at least like to get rid of this here if we don't have first. Maybe we do. How about we do first, and then if not is done, then we go into this code path here. What does first do? Yeah. Then we move this one down. No, we don't. We keep this up here. And then we move this one. Move this one up here. Okay, and then we also no longer need this boolean here. That's nice. We'll remove that. Okay, and then we have light iterator first. Then we can remove this here because it's already called up here. Not is done. Okay, and then we create a copy here. Yeah. How about we do if lights iterator iterator Can we somehow combine this here into this one statement? Let me ask ChatGPT if that's possible. Can we somehow combine the two? Can we somehow combine all this code into one condition statement? Makes it think. Yes, but only if your code is calling first as part of the condition. Yes. That's what I thought. Yeah, with a comma operator. How this works. This and ensures the pointer is not null. The comma operator evaluates first, and then the result of this is done. This preserves the original logic exactly. And this works with C++ 98 too. Yes. Okay, cool. Okay, that's nice. Then let's try that shit. Mhm. 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 So if we have a lights iterator, then it calls first and then it checks if it's not done. And then it will do this shit here. Cool. Yeah. Um, it's super expensive here. But I mean, if this code is never hit, it's very efficient doing for the terrain tile. Can this code be removed? Appears to be unused. Unused. If not unused, then this should be optimized by making the lights the outer iteration. Let's just write like this. Fast path, optimal. Best performance. Doesn't need a comment. Okay. Yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, we could maybe also put this into a smaller function. Then we would need to pass a light iterator. X, Y. Need to pass VV. I mean, it would be nice maybe to the light. Yeah, maybe we should add it into a new function. We say add static lights. Static light. So we would pass vertex format VB. VB lights iterator, and then what else? XY. Int X, int Y. Ambient light, Texon normal. Maybe instead of doing that, we pass this. And then we pass this and this. Ambient light copy. We don't need that actually. We do ambient light. Calculate, compute static light. Compute static light. Is that all, or? We should probably give it the tile corner normal. We should just give it a normal. This one. Vector 3 normal. Vector 3 normal. Okay, let's put that here. Okay, then let's copy copy this. So the normal we can pass here. And then this one we don't take. Yeah, shade R. RGBA. I suspect we do here shade. So color. Color. Let's initialize with 0. And then we do color dot red. Red, green, blue, yeah. Turn color. Okay. So the goal is that now we have this in a single function. That means it's a bit easier. And now we should be able to say we should be able to remove this. And then we can say, so this is ambient. Let's call this a new color. new color, a new ambient light. And then we have a light color, compute static light, VB, P lights iterator, and normal. Normal is this here. How about we pass normal by reference? Oh boy. Normal. Okay. And then texel normal. We have here normal tile corner. Okay, this one should work. Qualifiers dropped. What's the problem? Vector 3. Ah, it needs to be const ref. Right. And this one should also be const. How about we pass this last? Okay. So. Good. We have a light color. Can make this const, and then we still do this down here. So, no, it can't be const because we do modify light color. Then we do here. Color dot reds, green, and blue. Green, blue, new color, red, green, blue, green, blue. Then we have new color. There we go. Okay, I think this will work. Plus equal that. Yeah. Okay. color. Mhm. Mhm. Now I wonder though. Assuming these are static lights, then that would mean we could bake these as well. Let me look again at this shit here. Let's put a breakpoint in here. The lights iterator. Another alternative would be to just remove that thing. Remove the... So we have a lights iterator. It's coming from here. Create lights iterator. So our scene has dynamic lights. Yeah. And then it also has a light list. And the light list is empty. Light list. Light list. Register. Register. Light. Add tail. Simple scene class. Oh, can we get some information what this was supposed to be doing? Headlight. Standard scene lights. Register. For what? Let's search for lights. Uppercase lights. Is anyone calling that? Yeah. Notify edit. Okay, light class. Okay. Okay, who's calling notify edit? No one. This is a virtual function. It is. Okay, let's search for light class and see if there's someone creating lights. The prop buffer is adding light. Okay, this used. Prop buffer. Well, what would be interesting? So we have dynamic lights and just lights. Now the question is, so dynamic light is pretty clear. It's dynamic. It can appear and disappear. But this light here, is it meant to be static or not? I don't know. My light, max lights. Infantry light. Infantry light. Infantry light. Scratch light. Infantry light. What is this for? The global direction light modified to make infantry easier to see. The global direction light. Global direction light. Modified to make infantry easier. Huh. I put a breakpoint here. Okay, that's weird. It would be nice if there was a test case for this. I'm a bit blind on this lights issue. Okay, this one is called. Okay, it does create lights here. Look at that. creates lights, but it doesn't add them to. What does it do? Is it scene lights? Okay, I don't quite understand what's going on here. So we have a light list, simple scene class, light list. Things are added by calling register. Register. Who is calling this register? Let's put a breakpoint in here. How about that? Let's load some campaign mission. Easy. It's not called. Let's load some other mission. Yeah, let's load the map with all the units. Nothing. Nothing here. Nothing. Nothing is adding lights here. It seems it's not used. Light list. What was the intention with this light list? Simple scene class. Simple scene class. There's an example of a simple way to implement a scene class which can be rendered by WRS3D. Basically, it stores a list of render objects. When the render function is called, it checks each object against the view frustum and marks it as visible or invisible. Then it performs some lot calculations on all of the visible objects, then has each render object and its internal surrender representation to the internal surrender representation of the scene. What adds its internal? Okay. Okay, I'm none the wiser. What about the other guys here? Release lists. Maybe this is all legacy stuff and none of this is used. Let's put a breakpoint here and here. Let's see if these guys get called. Oh yeah, that's called. Object on frame update. Okay, so there's an update list which is being used. Okay. Release list. Okay. Okay, so the other two lists are not used. Okay. Light list add tail. Yeah, I don't know about this one. So we have two options. Either we remove it or we still support it, but there's nothing to test it with. But it kind of makes sense that we would have something where we can add static lights to the terrain. We only have dynamic lights. Light. Yeah, I assume that this was meant to be static lights. So how about we simply treat it as a static light until we are any wiser. We don't remove it. We just treat it as a static light. Yeah, I think that would be fair. And the dynamic light, we just treat it as what it was. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Okay, but I will take a break now. Let's do that next session with a fresh mind. Good. Yeah, we'll take a break here. Wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.